All right. So when we so you have log base c of a. Well, let's say you want to change it to a different log. What you do is the c goes to the base and a stays on the top. Yeah, I started over because I stopped it when somebody came in. So we'll have two parts to this video. Basically, and when you do this, notice that you're writing it a log over a log. This is the first time that we've ever had two logs written as a division statement. So I just want you to know it's different than what we did before. So and this when you change it, it could be log base 10, you could change it to log base 6, 4, 8, whatever you want.
So it doesn't matter what base?
No, but sometimes they'll tell you specifically, like, change this problem to base 2 or base 5, and so then you could do that. Okay. So again, since all calculators only work in base 10 or base E, it is usually best to change it to a base 10 or a base E. Remember that base E can be used with natural logarithms, and natural logarithms, the only base you can ever use with them is base E. Okay? All right, now we're going to try some examples, but you're going to probably flip back and forth a little bit. So, you are going to rewrite the following using the change of base formula. So you want to change each of these into the indicated base. Look back at your formula, and I'm just going to give you like 30 seconds here to just attempt this. You might not get it right, but just attempt it. Look back at the change of base formula and see if you can figure out how to rewrite example 3. Okay. Are you guys still trying, or do you want me to do it?
You do it.
Okay. So remember that you're going to end up with a log over a log. Okay? So I start by that. Your base number here goes to the bottom. Base, bottom, both start with B. Okay? And the 7 stays on the top. Since they want you to use base 2, all you do is put a 2 for your base in each of those logs.
So that's all you do?
That's all you do, and that's your answer.
Awesome.
Okay? So now you try to do 4 based on what I just showed you. Perfect. Give me about 15 more seconds. Great. Great.
Wait, does it matter? Each number goes on top or the bottom?
Yes.
It doesn't matter?
Yes. Okay. Good. Actually, I can't see it, but we're going to pretend it's good. All right. So the first thing I do is write log over log. What number is going to go to the bottom?
2.
What number is going to be on top?
3.
Okay. Now, since it's base 10, gentlemen, do I need to write base 10? No. If you wrote base 10, is it okay? Yes, but you just don't have to. So I'm going to leave my answer like this. That's it. Now, when this is really going to come in handy is that you can also go backwards. Okay? So if you end up having a log over a log, you cancel the bases out, and this number ends up becoming your base, and you have your answer of A. So they go back and forth. You can change it to a specific log, or you can change it to a single log. So on examples 5, 6, and 7, they want us to change these back to just a single log. So I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to try example 5. Okay, so what would I do on example 5? Cancel out your bases, and then it becomes? Good, log base 7 of 8. Yes?
Do you ever have to put them back to double logs?
No, usually they'll just have you do one way or the other.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So example 6, how will I rewrite this one?
That's how you base.
Good. And then it's going to be log
10.
base 10. Do I need to write 10? No, but you can if you want, of 6. So either one of these answers would be acceptable. Okay, now this is one that's a little tricky on example 7. What base is natural log always? E. When I cancel out the e's, which are not there, and I'm going to write natural log of base 3, I cannot write natural log of base 3 because natural log is always base E. Therefore, it's changing from natural log into just a
Regular log.
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 And then it's going to be log base 3 of 4. And again, why do we have to change it to log?
Because it doesn't have an E.
Good, because natural log always has to have base E. If it's not base E, it's not a natural log.
So will there ever be ones like for example, like number 3 be the n log?
No.
No, it won't be anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so on example 8 now, it wants you to simplify these. First, you're going to have to change it to a single log, and then you should be able to simplify. So let's start by changing this to a single log. What will I do to change it to a single log? Good, and then it's going to change to? Very good, log base 3 of 81. At this point, you could put equals x and change it to exponential form, but this should be one of your log facts that you remember. So at this point, if you remember what the answer is, you can just write the answer. Does anybody remember what the answer would be? 4 is correct. Okay, why is it 4? Because 81, if you change it to base 3, it is 3 to the fourth power. Therefore, that all cancels out and your answer is 4. You would also get the same answer by changing it into exponential form. Thank you. Do we have any questions with that? Okay, so example 9. What would we do here? Cancel the 5s and we rewrite it as? Now, I feel like at this point, this one is kind of confusing because I'm not exactly sure how to change 2 to be base 8. So if you're confused, what can you always do?
Ask for help.
You put it equals to x, and then what would you do?
Change it to the
Exponential form. How do I write this as exponential form? 8 to the x power equals 2. What base will I then need to use? 2. So 8 is 2 to what power? So that's 2 to the 3x equals 2 to the first. And then we can drop our bases. We have 3x equals 1, divide by 3, and so my answer is 1/3. Okay, what's going to happen with number 10? Apple. We're going to have to change it to a log because when we cancel out our bases, the e's gone, and we're going to change it to base 2, so we cannot have natural log. So we have log what? Base 2 of 32. Do you know this log fact? What is it? 5 is correct. Because 32 is the same thing as 2 to the 5th power. All right. Below, it says solve the following problems for x by introducing logs. Leave answers in log form. So this goes back to like the first lesson in this unit. You know, you can go back and forth between exponential and log form. When I change this back to log form, it's going to say x equals something and you're done. That's your answer. So how do I change this to log form? Log base 5 of 30 equals x. And that's it. X equals log base 5 of 30. There is your answer. There's nothing left for you to do. Okay? So 12. How will I simplify 12? Log 8
74
uh-huh.
equals 2x.
And then how do I get rid of the 2 in front of the x? Good. Divide by 2. Now this is where some people will mess up, but this is saying log base 8 of 74 divided by 2. It's not saying 74 divided by 2. So you'll just leave it in this form. Okay? You can't simplify that.
That's your answer?
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about 13? What will I do?
The n, the in.
Your natural log.
Yeah. And then it'll be e.
Okay, do I have to write base E for natural log?
No.
No, because we always know it's there, right? But you can write it if you want to, if it makes sense. And then what would I put next?
43 equals x.
And that's it. You have your answer. X is by itself. Questions?